Da 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 do do
Take
do
the chat
do
and the brackets off.
do 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 do.
No no
All right,
no.
here,
Dun
yeah, get
dun
that
dun
get that music going for me while I do the
dun
writer's chips. We have the great
dun dun dun
VGS,
dun
a spire
dun
being
dun
piloted by Dementio,
dun dun
Lumberjack on the front
dun
with Gatling to
dun
complement, and Artemis is on the
dun
side.
dun
We also have the Premium
dun
Salami, another spire being
dun dun
piloted by Lazy Pandas.
dun
Another Lumberjack on the front, this time
dun
complemented by
dun
Hades, Artemis on the starboard, and Echidna on the port.
dun dun dun. There we go. 2 towers. Yeah, RES's Light Vanguard, which is a Hades Flak Piri with Banshee Flare support. And then you have the RES Napoli, which is another Hades Flak with a mine launcher and a flare gun support. And they are doing a charge, and they are getting hurt pretty badly. The balloon is out on the Napoli, and his side guns are out as well. Those double lumberjacks are colliding and doing a lot of damage. However, Premium Salami is about to lose hull, and then those flaks are going to do a pretty penny against it. Oh, there it goes, and flaks are landing now. Premium Salami loses a lot of hull very quickly. It does come back up, but he is very close to dead. Both of these balloons, however, on these Piris are not doing very hot either. Premium Salami, Napoli going in for a ram in arming time of that Lumberjack, but also very much in range of that Gatling as they're getting gatted and bansheed and lumbered, and Napoli is taking damage quickly. However, Premium Salami goes down first.
Oof.
Napoli in not a very good position himself, but the Vanguard is absolutely ready to rumble, and those Hades are beginning to land. Great VGS is out of hull. Flax in arming time, but still chipping away at half perma. Flaming balloon. Hull is only coming up now.
Hydro, barely getting them out of this, but they're not out of the woods. The Echidna does a lot of damage, even in arming time. It only brings it down to half, but that's still a sizable chunk. Lights Vanguard backing up. Premium Salami spawning very close in. The flare reveals just how close.
Yeah, I mean, both of those flares linked into the Great VGS, but also reveal the position of the Premium Salami. We've got two Spires about ready to engage on this one Permidian, and the Hades have to start landing right about now on the Great VGS. Hull is down, Flaks are landing, and there it goes. Lights Vanguard is now in a 1v1 with the Premium Salami, but he is out of balloons and landing against the ground here. Napoli
Yep, here we go.
Way out
Lights
there.
Vanguard. Eating some serious damage from the Hades, but it's going high. There we go. Armor down, Echidna.
Vanguard.
Right in arming time.
However, arming time is also on the Salami as he hits a little bit of geometry. It's very difficult to keep track of exactly how tall your Spire is, and he ends up bouncing and losing about half of his perma. However, both of these Spires have managed to keep it 2-2 against double Permidians.
That's remarkably impressive, especially with so little kill potential. They just have one Echidna between the both of them, but Hades Echidna on that Pyrrha just too much, and now the Great VGS comes right into Arc. This Spire's really got to back up fast.
Napoli has lost Balloon already. I mean, the thing with the Piris is actually they've done very clever to bring two Lumberjacks, because when the Balloon goes down, then the other gunner, you only have one gun shooting. So that is the flak gun on the Napoli and also the flak gun on the Vanguard. So when you get the balloon down, the flak gunner is not on his weapon. He's repairing the balloon.
Yeah, it can potentially get rid of that bifecta, and you gotta have your main engineer on the bottom deck. You can't really compromise that.
And so very, very interesting. But it hasn't, I mean, it's kind of sort of paid off so far, but Great VGS is about to lose. Hull is down. Flaks are not coming in, going in on the Salami instead. I'm not liking that they're not really holding the fire on the Flaks. I feel like this engagement could be going much better if they would just wait for the hull to drop before flacking.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why they're doing it. Maybe they expect that they're going to be losing their balloon, and so they just figure, you know what, I may as well fire while I can.
Maybe. And it's doing a little bit of damage, but and those hulls are coming up quite quickly. I'm sure the pilots are going to help with that rebuild as well. It's fairly close to them. So there is a very small window of opportunity to get up on these Spires. So I guess maybe they're anticipating for that. Great VGS in a lot of trouble. Hull is down. Flaks have already been fired, though. Hades are the only thing landing right now.
Yep, like you were saying, those echidnas need to be timed, and even if it's not ideal, you gotta wait for the armor to go down on those echidnas, or else nothing's gonna happen. Napoli losing its armor, trying to get it back up, and the echidna comes out, does a lot of hull damage before they're able to bring it back up.
Is also out of hull and takes a little bit of chip damage from that flak VGS out of hull, but nothing coming in on him as of right now.
Great VGS moving forward. I'm not sure exactly what it's trying to do right now. It's trying to get a good arc. Here we go.
I mean, Light's Vanguard is just backing up, doing a little bit of kiting. Hades are starting to land. It is out. Flak's landing, not doing as much as could be doing. Great VGS is hydrogening up, but takes out his balloon. In the meantime, losing one of his lower gunners, has to go up now and fix that, and giving him a giant hitbox. Hades going. Where's the Flax? Great VGS had opportunity to go down. Flax going a little wide.
Yeah, that's a lot of it was they were just behind cover. Light's Vanguard was taking the shots that they could, but cover was too much. Great VGS got out of there just in time. Oh, but the Napoli coming in from the side. They have the Hades and Echidna arcs, and they are not afraid to use them.
Yeah, but those Lumberjack gunners are accurate. Napoli's already taken one shot to the balloon. Just two more until he is done. Vanguard and Napoli. Yeah, Vanguard and Napoli I have an interesting... they're split up, but it's very easy for them to get arcs on the same target. These Spires both, do not have many hull drops left in them. Flax coming in on the Salami. One lands before the hull comes back up, doing a little bit more chipping.
They gotta be camping it. The Spire is not a great ship to camp on because of the extremely low hull value. And you gotta have those guns firing. And as soon as the Spire loses that offensive capability, it's done.
I mean, it just does not have the ability to tank. Its armor's in a weird spot where it takes a while, I mean, not an extremely long time, but quite a bit of time to get back up, and it doesn't really have a lot of oomph behind it either.
Yeah, I just don't understand why these echidnas are coming out so early.
Yeah, I mean, if they had just... I mean, they're...
There it is.
They
are
are
down on the premium Salami, comes back up just in time.
Farming time on those echidnas. Well, at least for one of those ships, the Napoli is closing into the point where his are landing. I mean, they'd be better off just Hadesing out the Salami at this point. That is an extremely difficult word to say for some reason.
Maybe because it's not a word.
Yes, it is. You can gat out the hole. You can Hades out the hole. Hadesing. Flare reveals the position of the Vanguard. Those Hades going a little low and just a little wide. These Spires are using a lot of vertical dodging, and it's working for them. I mean, the Hades are not landing as consistently as they need to. Great BGS loses hull, and it's just getting chipped. That's what's happening to both these Spires, and they can't take too many more chips. We've seen the Peries go down very suddenly. Spires have been going down very slowly, which is... You almost would expect the opposite to happen.
Yeah, kind of, but the Echidnas just haven't been there. There we go! Echidna's timed decently well, but the armor comes back up very quickly.
Yeah, it looks like they're switching targets to the Salami, who is much, much, much closer.
Mysterious
Hades
medic
going slightly wide. Salami, one flak is going to finish him off. There it is. 3-4, and with the great BGS, extremely, extremely, extremely low. As soon as that hull goes down, a Hades or a flak will finish him off. He knows that, and he is trying to retreat, but his balloon is at risk for burning out. He has no vertical dodging capabilities right now.
Firing that Echidna. Just fire everything. Why not?
Fire
Unload.
everything.
That's it. Game number 1.
Double Spires. Surprisingly squishy.
I wouldn't say surprisingly. I think they're about as squishy as you'd expect. Centurion's gonna pick up game number 1 against Double Spire. Pandanielmonium really needs to, I think, reconsider. Still, 5-3, not bad.